You hear a noise in your house when you know that no one is home. What do? For some people, it's nothing more than a creaky house. However, for others, it could be something much more sinister. In today's video, we are going to look at the top 10 doors that should never be opened. Some of these doors may lead to another dimension, or perhaps the door is better off staying closed. Either way, don't open these doors if you value your life. Number 10, the door that leads to another dimension. This creepy front door looks like it belongs to an abandoned house. You can see cobwebs around the door frame, and there is clearly no one home. However, what happens next is truly terrifying. As soon as the door opens, you can see a blinding white light. Then when it is opened fully, the ground behind the door starts to shake. You may think that this is the last thing that you would ever want to see. However, if you want to travel to another dimension, then this door is the perfect opportunity. If you are brave enough to walk through, please let us know what you see in the comment section below. No, 9, a door that should have remained locked. This man was very surprised to see that his door had been kicked in. It seems like whoever did this has done a pretty poor job, because the door is still attached to the frame. There's also a weird red substance all over the door. We are not sure if it is blood or paint, but either way, you shouldn't open this door. He slowly reaches out a hand to try and open the door. But before he can, the door suddenly swings open. He lets out a scream as he sees a bloodied meat cleaver lying on the other side of the room. Whoever was hiding behind this door was clearly not friendly. Maybe you could have fought them off if you were able to open the door. But now you are likely too late. No, 8, do not open the mysterious wooden door. This wooden door looks quite old, and there are many different designs carved into it. However, you should definitely not open this door. You feel a cold breeze coming from under the door, and when you slowly open it, you can see darkness on the other side. There is no light whatsoever. No matter how long you stand there will always be darkness behind this door. If you are brave enough to go inside, you will never come back out. In fact, people say that if you disappear behind this door, then it is very likely that you will be trapped forever. No, 7, the door that leads to hell. This burning door must be very hot, and although it may be tempting to open it, you are definitely better off leaving it alone. It looks like the flames are getting bigger by the second, so if you wait too long, then you won't be able to open it at all. But even if you do open it right now, you will face molten lava. It seems like this door goes straight to hell itself. And if you are unlucky enough to fall in, then you will burn for eternity. Many people say that if you need to go through this door, then you should close your eyes and make a wish before you enter. No, 6, basement door. Basements are often creepy places, but sometimes they can be deadly. These 2 friends were playing a game where they tried to scare each other in the basement. They started off by turning off all of the lights. Then one of them decided to hide behind the door. The other person walked past without noticing his friend, and so he decided to grab him. But when he did, his hand touched something wet. He turned his flashlight on and realized with horror that the wetness was blood. When he looked up, he saw a large hole in the wall. His friend had vanished, and it seemed like he had fallen into a pit of unknown depths. There was nothing left to do other than call the police and hope that his friend was okay. No, 5, a door that should never be opened. These 2 explorers were checking out an abandoned house when they found this creepy door. It looked like the kind of door that would lead to a basement. They had no idea what was behind it, but they were very curious. As one of them went to open it, the other warned him not to. However, he didn't listen, and he slowly pushed it open. On the other side, they saw a staircase that led down into darkness. Although they couldn't see anything, they could hear chains dragging metal moans. They both backed away from the door, but one of them accidentally knocked it over. Now there was no turning back. They had to go down the stairs and face whatever was waiting for them. 4, don't go behind that door. This girl heard a strange noise while she was in her bedroom. She thought that it may have been her dog, but she wasn't too sure. She walked toward the door and slowly opened it, but all that she saw was her long hallway. She continued walking forward, and she could hear the noise again. She stopped and turned around. But that was when she noticed that the door was opening by itself. The door swung back and forth a few times before slamming against the wall. She was very scared, but she knew that she had to do something. So she grabbed the door and held it shut. Then she ran to get her father. When he came to the door, he told her not to worry because he would protect her. But he also knew that he had to stay calm. Something was behind that door and it wanted to come out. 3. A door that leads to another world. This green door looks like it belongs in a fantasy world. It has beautiful carvings on either side and there is a shining light coming from behind it. Some people say that if you open this door, then you will find a world filled with magic and wonder. But it is also said that you will never come back. If you open this door, then you must be prepared to face mythical creatures, dangerous quests, and magical adventures. 2. Don't open the coffin. These 2 men were exploring an abandoned hospital when they came across this room. There were many old coffins scattered around, but one of them was different. It had a red cross on the front and there was a name written inside. They didn't think much of it and decided to move on. However, one of them suddenly turned around and walked back to the coffin. He reached out and slowly opened it, but that was when it started to shake. He quickly slammed it shut, but it was too late. Something had already come out. One of them fainted and the other screamed for help. No. 1. The Grim Reaper. You hear a knock on the door and you open it to see the Grim Reaper standing there. He is tall and thin and he is holding a scythe. You may want to close the door and pretend that you aren't home, but it's too late. He has come for you, and once he steps into your home, there is no escape. Your time has come to an end, and although you may try to hide, he will always find you. He walks past you and continues into your living room. You can try and beg for mercy, but it won't do any good. Your fate has been sealed.